Please stand and sing Luther's morning prayer. A reading from Exodus. The Lord went in front of the Israelites in a pillar of cloud by day, to lead them along the way, and in a pillar of fire by night, to give them light, so that they might travel by day and by night. Neither the pillar of cloud by day nor the pillar of fire by night left its place in front of the people. Word of God, word of life. I will confess to you all, I didn't know anything about Birgitta of Sweden, who the church remembers on this day, before thinking about what I might say this morning. It turns out Birgitta led a rather interesting life. She was a woman of high Swedish society who often criticized the political elite for their extravagances and corruption. She had many visions of Christ's passion. She had 8 children. She founded a religious order for men and women that still exists this day, dedicated to prayer and charity. But what struck me most about Birgitta is that she was a pilgrim. She took several pilgrimages, holy journeys to sacred locations over the course of her lifetime. These pilgrimages changed her, shaped her into a new person. Many years ago, a younger Hannah, a younger me, then a student at Lutheran Summer Music, wrote of LSM that it was my heaven on earth. In many ways, returning to LSM each summer felt like a pilgrimage to me. This was a place I longed to return to, a place that was holy ground to me. It was a place where I encountered God, where I became more truly myself. Each summer helped me to grow as a musician and as a person. Traveling to LSM, gathering together with this community of fellow pilgrims, changed me. I wonder if some of you feel this too. The ways that journeying together this month has changed you. The ways you have become more faithful to yourself. The ways you have encountered God along the way. The challenges, the celebrations. I know some of you have returned for many years, and I wonder if some of the adults in the room feel this pilgrimage returning to Lutheran Summer Music, or perhaps to ALCM too. And I hope that some of you students are only beginning what may become a yearly ritual of LSM pilgrimage. Many years after LSM, I departed for a year of global service with the Lutheran Church, its own kind of pilgrimage. And as we went, our leaders read a poem prayer to us called Passover Remembered. I want to offer part of that poem to you this morning as you think about your own pilgrimages with LSM or in other parts of your life. Pack nothing. Bring only your determination to serve and your willingness to be free. Do not hesitate to leave your old ways behind, fear, silence, submission. Only surrender to the need of the time, to love justice and walk humbly with your God. Set out in the dark. I will send fire to warm and encourage you. I will be with you in the fire, and I will be with you in the cloud. You will learn to eat new food and find refuge in new places. I will give you dreams in the desert to guide you safely to that place you have not yet seen. The stories you tell one another around the fires in the dark will make you strong and wise. Some of you will be so changed by weathers and wanderings that even your closest friends will have to learn your features as though for the first time. Some of you will not change at all. Some will be abandoned by your dearest loves and misunderstood by those who have known you since birth and feel abandoned by you. Some will find new friendships in unlikely faces and old friends as faithful and true as the pillar of God's flame. Sing songs as you go and hold close together. You may at times grow confused and lose your way. Continue to call each other by the names I've given you to help remember who you are. You will get where you are going by remembering who you are. Remain true to the mystery. Pass on the whole story. Do not go back. I am with you now, and I am waiting for you. We sing together a Swedish hymn of this mystery of God who is with us and waiting for us, hymn number 525 in your Cranberry worship book. 525 in your Cranberry worship book.
Good morning, ALCM Ellison. Well, thank you. Congrats to all the Fresh Ink student composers and performers for their inspirational music under the supervision of composer-in-residence Amy Nam. And boy, last night was a treat. A hearty congratulations to last night's recital performers and church musicians. Okay, band, choir, and orchestra will all rehearse in the chapel today. Music theater students, dress rehearsal is today at 10:20. When you arrive, place your things in the back 3 rows and get set on stage for your positions for top of Skid Row. Please arrive warmed up. We will run through the entire program top to bottom, stopping only to clarify as needed and to coordinate with the band. We do not expect you to be perfect, but just know we will not have time to stop for note learning. Mr. Greco will have time available later in the afternoon for those who need extra help with their solos before Wednesday. Faculty lunch in the Hearth Room today at 12:30, fellow dinner in the Hearth Room at 5:15, tuba fellow Wesley's chamber group and trombone fellow Brandon's chamber group please meet in Urschel 116 at 4 p.m. today with instruments. And now, Marilyn Minicky.
Good evening. Tonight at 6:00 p.m. we have our chamber music extravaganza. All right. This is a performance, but it is not as formal as our usual recitals because it is a marathon. All of our chamber music groups are performing tonight. We don't leave the building until everyone's done. However, you may leave the recital hall. During the performance, while it is in session, you can be in the VUCA building, in the lobby, backstage as you're preparing for your performance, or on stage while you are performing. Imagine that. When watching from the audience, students, please be sure to leave at least 3 pieces before your own performance so that you can get backstage, have time to warm up, meet with your group, prepare for your turn. The band and the choir room will be used as green rooms, so that's where you can meet your faculty members if need be, your chamber music group, stored your cases, prepare to go on stage. Let's all be supportive to the performers, and if you are in the lobby, we'll try to keep the volume level down as much as possible while the recital is in session. Last, look today, we will be posting the recital program in the VUCA lobby, so you have a good sense of where you are in the program, but spoiler alert, percussion ensemble, you're up first. Speaking of later today at the Chamber Music Extravaganza, students, Extravaganza, okay. Students, we are beginning our checkout process this week, believe it or not, where you will receive a sign-out sheet and start getting signatures from faculty members. This is to make sure that you leave campus with everything you brought and you return things to the people who they belong to before you leave. So tonight at the Chamber Music Extravaganza, all right, you can come and pick up your checkout sign-out sheet, and you'll get your first signature from your instrumental chamber music coach tonight while the extravaganza is happening. And faculty and fellow chamber music coaches be on deck to give those signatures. Last, a quick LSM 2025 enrollment update. We're already almost 20% full. So remember to tell me before you leave campus if you'd like to re-enroll for next summer and take advantage of all the early enroller benefit stuff. Okay.
And now a word from ALCM's representative, Adam Lefebvre-Hughes.
Hi. A couple of things have arrived at my registration desk, and I don't know whose they are. If this looks like your water bottle, come find me. Also, if you couldn't get into your Marriott hotel room last night and you needed to get another key card, come find me. We have a couple room changes and clarifications today. David Vandermeer's session from 2 to 3:30 will be in the Helge multi-purpose room, not in suite 200. The Helge multi-purpose room is right over there. Chad Fothergill's session, there's a discrepancy within our conference book. His session is listed correctly in the schedule as being in the brown and gold room. There's a dress rehearsal this evening for the St. John Passion. You are welcome to be here and to witness that dress rehearsal, but please do be quiet so as to not be a disruption. Lunch today is included, remember? Dinner is not. Dinner is on your own. You should have received an email with some links. I'm seeing head nods, good. With links to some options around town. Tonight is our social time, sponsored by Augsburg Fortress. Thank you very much to them. And we hope that you will come and be part of that. As much as I don't want to think about this being done soon, it will be done soon, but we do have another event coming up in 2025, and Jeremy Bankson is here to talk about it.
Good morning. It's a delight to formally invite you next year to join us in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina for our 2025 conference for All That Is to Be, with some inspiring spaces and people to equip and nurture us. There is a lovely little card that you can pick up on the outside of the registration area upstairs in the ballroom. And if you have any questions about that conference, it's going to be a great opportunity to gather together, to be equipped to nurture, and to be filled with inspiring opportunities to be together and to learn. So I hope you will consider joining us next summer.
Thank you, Jeremy. And now, Cheryl Lemons.
Today's practice tip may seem like a contradiction to yesterday's. It is not. Standards. The word makes me, first of all, think of some tests that just need to go away, that stuff curiosity for learning and kill any desire you may have to really learn and dig deep into a subject. However, there are standards. A famous baseball coach showed up to give a speech once with home plate hanging around his neck. He pointed out that through Little League, junior high school, college, and the pros, home plate is 17 inches. It doesn't change. If you as a pitcher cannot pitch into that 17-inch area, you're not going to throw in the pros. We have standards in music. Out of tune will always be out of tune. Sloppy technique and approximaturas, we have no place for that. However, we're human beings. So what do we do? First of all, accept with grace where you are right now. 2, commit to growth. I have to realize that my lack of technical expertise will not change what the composer put on the page. What he put on the page is what is expected to be done. So commit to growth. Number 3, listen to live music as much as possible at the highest level you can. Last night was a great example of that. 4, accept that this is a lifelong process and you never really arrive at perfection, but you keep going down that path of excellence.
All right, lastly, if there are any ALCM people affiliated with Valparaiso University, or LSM faculty who are also VU faculty or VU alums, or anyone here affiliated with Valparaiso University, we're going to take a picture on the chancel steps right now. But we have to have a joke, so I find E minor to be the spookiest key. It always gives me the EBGBs. Goodbye.